Greetings and salutations, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Who's Your Brother? I'm the older of the two brothers. My name's Christian. And with me, as always, is my younger brother, Evan.
Yes, folks, that's right. We're back again. It's me, the younger of the two brothers. My God, we're still here, still recording, and you're still listening, which I always want to say every time. I'm like, wow, you're still here.
Right.
We appreciate it. I question your sanity and mine, but we are still here. Still recording and still talking.
Yeah, I don't question anybody's sanity. I deny it outright. There is none. We are all crazy people. Welcome to the Looney Bin.
Welcome to the podcast that will surely get shut down at some point in the coming years.
Almost certainly. We are definitely going to get labeled fucking terrorists and enemies of the state. So enjoy us before we get fucking disappeared to El Salvador or some shit.
I just want everyone to know up front, I am not suicidal in any way, shape, or form. Just so that's on record.
Right, yeah. I feel great and do not feel like killing myself. That sounded convincing, right?
That sounded very convincing.
Good,
good. That way, if you end up like a Boeing whistleblower, we'll know.
Mm-hmm. Or apparently former attorneys for the United States who are investigating cybercrime into Russia, they might just wind up dead. Who knows?
Who knows? Hey, accidents happen all the freaking time.
All the time.
Who knows anymore? Right?
Yeah, who can say? You got to be careful out there. Dangerous, dangerous world.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Oh, got to be so careful. Otherwise, otherwise, who can say what'll happen to you? But hey, until such a time, we'll be here trying to make you laugh through the darkness.
Absolutely. We will guide you through our descent into the current hellscape that we are just barreling towards. But yeah, we'll be here with the jokes, talking about the bread and the circuses, and occasionally the people revolting and or not revolting.
Speaking of like people trying to like give you advice or whatever, God, I'm about to do like a fucking, it really grinds my gears. I just realized that I am about to fucking fire into a, what really grinds my gears fucking thing.
Fuck it. Hey man, but, I feel like we have hills that we die on. That's what we're at.
But hey, what really grinds my gears?
What is it, Evan?
Whenever I see an opinion piece or something, or like some top economist, recommends you do these 5 things in order to, if you went all, 99.9% of these are written by rich assholes. Mm-hmm. And I just do not give a shit about the opinion of a rich asshole. Oh, you should be buying this stock, or, oh, if you want to, make sure that you've got an economic future, you've got to invest in these things. Mm-hmm. Shut up. Shut the hell up. You are so fucking out of touch. You have no idea what the common person is about. You need to shut the hell up. All right? I don't want to read about your opinion in particular. I don't fucking want to hear it.
Are you sure you don't want to hear about how you need to diversify your bonds?
Pretty goddamn sure.
Right?
Like pretty fucking sure.
Yeah, these are the same people who are telling you that if your job sucks, you just need to learn to code. Why isn't everybody learning to fucking code, man?
Oh my God! Speaking of, did I tell you I saw? It was like a screenshots of a couple of tweets, and it was from one dude who was like, "Yeah, I'm coding my website using AI. Everyone should be doing it. I'm usually just on the marketing side of things, but now with AI, I can do this too." And fucking like 2 days later, he was like, "I am under attack. People are breaking into my website and hacking it and, destroying it from the inside." I'm like, that's because your fucking code is built on dog shit, dude.
Right, yeah. What did you fucking expect using the laziest form that you could to do this job? Like, this is gonna work. That's like trying to build a boat with fucking Band-Aids and toothpaste, my guy. Oh, I can't believe this thing just fucking fell apart.
How could this have happened to me?
Right,
me!
Yeah. You have been oversold on the capabilities of the AI.
Oh, man.
There are things it can do, but that ain't one of them, bud.
Oh, man, it is funny watching AI dude bros just crash and burn because AI can't actually do the things that they want it to do.
Right. And they've made such huge promises of the things it will do. And man, these capitalists are drooling at the idea of replacing humans with AI. They are just loving this fucking idea.
God, of course, man. And like I don't know, I've seen so many so many like bits and bobs about like what like oh man AI can just you don't need writers anymore, you can just have AI write everything for you.
Right. And then you have a human punch it up, so you don't have to pay them for the original write, just a smaller portion for the rewrite.
Oh man, yeah, and oh man, like look when it looks like total ass, you're not allowed to be shocked. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to be like what? How could this have failed?
Because you didn't fucking try. You thought you could outsource art to machine. But anyway, back to your original point. I feel like a lot of those articles are written by people who take the stock market as like a symbol of whether or not the country is doing well economically. Like, the stock market's up, so that means things are good. Ignoring the fact that like 84% of stocks are owned by 10% of people.
It's true. It's true. I feel like at one point the stock market was like it was something for like maybe like middle class people with a bit of extra money could like invest a little bit and make a little bit back, where now it feels more like fucking it's just a rich man's game to get richer.
For sure, for sure. I think the best description I've ever heard of the stock market is the graph of rich people's feelings. If they feel confident they're going to make more money, line go up. If they feel like they are going to make less money, line go down.
Oh man, that is like one of the best descriptions I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's rich people being like, I think this will do well, so let's put money into it.
Yeah, I feel like the best example of the fact that it's not about the common man was that time they did the GameStop thing. Like
Oh my god, yeah.
a bunch of people got together and fucked with a bunch of rich people's money. And what did all the stock trading apps do? I gotta shut that shit down.
Can't do that. No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Yeah, fuck the free market that we claim to love so much. This is about people with money and protecting them. So yeah, all those opinion pieces are written by people who just want to keep the status quo. So yeah, they are all fucking out of touch because they have no idea what it's like to be a regular person and that the status quo kind of is garbage now, folks.
Well, it's true. And that, folks, is what really grinds my gears.
Hell
Back
yeah.
to you, Tom.
Since we've got Evan's gear grinding over with, time to get to the show. For any first-time listeners, we here at Who's Your Brother have kind of a formula based on an old saying. Evan, what's the old saying?
That old saying is, if you give the people bread and circuses, they will never revolt.
Never
And,
revolt.
Man, it's starting to become more and more true as time passes, frankly.
Absolutely. I have seen hints of revolt. The cracks are starting to show, but they threw a lot of bread and circuses at us. But so anyway, our show, we will start off by telling you the bread, which will be a bit of food news. We'll move to the circuses, our entertainment division, and then we'll talk about the people either revolting or not revolting at the end, with a little bit of state of the government and the world.
Indeed, indeed. So, want to hop right into it?
Hell yeah, Evan. Let's get this bread.
Let's get this bread. All right. So, I would like to fire us off, if I may.
Have at it.
Just as like a general sort of thing, and we're gonna start off with a weird one, another kind of in the long chain of weird dystopian shit that just kind of been happening. TM.
Right.
And
The
that is
dystopia that slowly
DoorDash-
crawls towards us.
Correct. DoorDash, famous food delivery service. Everyone knows DoorDash.
Right.
You get your food right to your door.
Get your gig work. Can't give you a real job.
Hey, exactly. Goddamn right. Now, they've been well known for some time. They got really big during, the COVID pandemic and all that. Well, now, if you think to yourself, man, this DoorDash is really good, but God, it's just too expensive. I don't know if I can afford it all in one big payment. Well, good news for you. You can now finance your DoorDash order. Yes, that's right, folks. You can finance a fucking DoorDash order. Want to get yourself a chicken sandwich from Wendy's but can't afford the $30 delivery charge they tack on top of it? Good fucking news. You can do it all in interest-free payments over the course of a fucking month or something. I didn't look too far into this because I didn't want to, because the idea of financing a fucking DoorDash order was enough to give me an aneurysm.
Understandably so, but Evan, when you do look into it, it's even a little worse than you are describing it, because you set up the payment plans and they link it to whenever your pay date is. They find out that information. They're like, all right, you got paid. You owe us a quarter of a cheeseburger payment.
Oh my! They track your payments.
So yeah, it's organized around your payday so that they get their cut, man. Oh fuck, man! What kind of fucking world are we living in where it's like I gotta get a loan for these chicken nuggets?
These chicken nuggets need to be eaten, and god damn it, I'll take out a loan to do it.
Right? It's just easier to sit at home and have it delivered to me. God, what a fucking nightmare. And I feel like this is part of the problem because everybody's working at DoorDash, so they're not getting paid regularly, so they've got to break up their food into fucking payments now. Jesus H. Christ, guys.
Holy shit, man. Oh, God.
I thought the loss of, like, really owning houses was, like, a big sign, but, like, having payment plans for my delivery food is a new level of fucking dystopia.
Oh, it's truly it's a new brand of what the fuckery that I just didn't think would happen in my lifetime.
Right. And
you know?
It's also super sad that since this is technology, this technically makes us a cyberpunk dystopia, and it's like, I thought there would be more neon.
I was really hoping for more neon. I was hoping for like some kind of like not the Neuralink bullshit. I think that's there to blow up your brain if you say Tesla's a shitty company.
No, that's there for Futurama. It's gonna give you fucking commercials in your dreams.
That's right, the commercials in your dreams.
Fuck yeah.
Lightspeed brief underwear.
Yeah, that's what Neuralink's going to give you guys. Like, they're going to tout it as some, fancy bullshit to help your life, but eventually they're just going to sell ad space, because that's what they always do.
They're just going to sell ad space in your dream. Oh, man, what a horrible dream. I'll never get back to sleep now.
Buy Doritos!
Oh, man. Buy Tesla stock. Tesla stock is what you need.
Right.
Never mind the fact that it's going straight to the shitter.
Straight to fucking hell. Just down, down, down. Lost all those gains they made. Good stuff.
But we'll talk about that later. That's for later times. But yeah, congratulations, DoorDash. You can finance your fucking DoorDashed meal now. Mm-hmm. So that's good. That's a good thing that's happened.
Fuck yeah, it is. You can get and you know what you can get DoorDashed right to your home that you can pay for in installments now?
What's that?
French fries from Steak and Shake, deep fried in beef tallow, not seed oil, because that's healthy? Question mark?
Is it? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, Ev. You may have heard of our Director of Health and Human Services for the United States government, Mr. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. May have heard of him, RFK. He's
yes, of course.
He's been on a tear against seed oils, the things that mostly get used for deep frying, because he says that they're the cause of obesity. Which, yeah, there's problems with seed oils. I'm not going to sit here and be like, they're fine. Like, no, highly processed food does have its problems. But his solution for this is to go back to what we used to use, beef tallow. Which does have some benefits to it in the way that it's rendered vitamins and stuff that'll get you, but it also has been linked to higher cholesterol levels. That's the reason they stopped using it in the first place. So, but RFK and Sean Hannity showed up at a Steak and Shake to do a whole fucking sales pitch for him. Like, yeah, we're making America healthy with Steak and Shake?
Man. No, you're not. It's cute that you think you are, but you're not. The
seed oils are just like one of the more recent targets of the healthy demographic of, conservative politics, like the anti-vaxxers and the raw milk people. It's also the seed oils. These are the fucking problems. And it's the type of shit where they take something that's got, like, some truth to it. Like, yes, processed food is very unhealthy and we should look into that. And then they make a ridiculous conclusion from it. So the solution is to go back to beef tallow. Like, I'm not sure that's the way to do it, but he's the guy in charge. So, but Steak and Shake, if you visit their Twitter account, is just a right-wing cesspool anyway. It seems.
Again, folks, I always want to clarify these things. My brother always pitches this shit to me, but right before we start recording, we'll talk about what we're going to talk about. As soon as he says this shit, I'm like, what? what the fuck are you talking about? And then I'll look it up myself. I'm like, oh my god, this is right wing hell.
Yeah, if you,
Oh my god.
yeah, just look up Steak and Shake's Twitter account and you can see it. There was a tweet that they've since deleted. Was an advertisement for their beef tallow fries, which people pointed out the font they used is it's an old English font, but it's very reminiscent of the font that was used in Nazi Germany newspapers. So, and with it like posting far right shit, it's like, this feels kind of dog whistly, guys.
Maybe don't do that, actually. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, that's just me. Hey, maybe don't.
Hey, whatever, man. One of the biggest dudes in government right now did a fucking Nazi salute at the inauguration twice, so whatever.
He did do a Nazi salute. God, I have to remember that.
Yep, twice.
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 Twice. He did 2 Nazi salutes.
He did it to the front, he turned around so people behind him could see it, and he did it again. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that did happen.
yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we're in a weird cyberpunk dystopia with Nazis, apparently. Nazi cyberpunk dystopia. Terrible. Terrible convolution of timelines.
Man, when I was told about a cyberpunk future, I was like, maybe that'll be cool. Maybe there'll be cool stuff there,
Mm-hmm. Hoverboards, flying cars, stuff like that.
Back to the Future Part 2, that kind of shit.
Jaws 19 with a holographic shark. That's what we wanted.
And we have gotten none of that.
Nope. We've gotten the worst aspects of all of it. Just social media is destroying us as a community, and all of our information is being sold to the highest bidder. Terrible. And none of the fun stuff.
None of the fun stuff.
I guess drones are cool if you're into that kind of thing.
I hear that there's like a whole drone racing scene somewhere. I think it was like in China, if not mistaken.
That sounds correct. I bet that's dope.
I mean, it looked rad as hell, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's neat.
See, sometimes the technology is like, all right, this is fine. Like for all the problems with smartphones, it is a useful tool to have.
Sure, definitely, 100%.
But yeah, they use it to monitor us. So, dystopia. Anyway, we're getting off topic. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. This is the bread section, goddammit. So, as stated, Steak and Shake has just gone off the deep end. I haven't eaten there in a long time anyway. Like, I used to love it when they were open 24 hours all the time, and I'd get out of the bar at like 3:30 in the morning. I want a Steak and Shake. Gonna sober up a little bit.
Oh man, look, I tell everyone this now. Just fucking go to Freddy's. Like, Freddy's is literally just better Steak and Shake, and as far as I know, nobody correct me if this is the case. All right, I enjoy my blissful ignorance on this one because I actually really like Freddy's. It's just fucking just go there. It's better Steak and Shake. All right, it's like way better Steak and Shake.
Gonna be wearing the blinders about Freddy's. Like, no, just me and Freddy's living a nice life.
To the best of my abilities, perhaps.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, because I feel like anytime you look into somebody now, like, you kind of suck, don't you?
Oh man, everything's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, as long as I don't look, it's not real.
Well, you know what is real, Evan?
What is real?
KFC's potato balls.
Hell yeah! All right, folks, this is a good one. This is another one in food innovation that I just can't get enough of this stupid shit. But I'll admit to you, I'm always willing to be honest with you, the listening audience. Sometimes I'm like, I actually might eat that, and this is one of those instances. KFC has announced that they have a new product on the line. It's limited time, so be sure you get this while you can. And it is mashed potato bites. It is a deep fried ball of mashed potatoes. They give you a little cup of gravy for you to dip it in.
Hell yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds fire.
I don't want to shit on it right away because I'm like, I mean, fuck, I might eat that.
Right? But I might hit up the KFC to be like, all right, I'll try this, and like I'll grab one other thing, but this might be okay. KFC, I do love a famous bowl, so like KFC's not the worst to me. So yeah, when Evan pitched this to me, I was like, no, that actually sounds like it could be bomb.
That could be pretty good. I might eat it. I ever since I started going to Popeyes, I don't really frequent the KFC anymore because I much prefer Popeyes. But this one still sounds pretty decent. It sounds like a halfway decent idea.
Hell yeah. Oh man, There was a Popeyes that was down the street from my house in Virginia when I lived there. Uh, when I first started working again after the pandemic, I did food delivery. I did Postmates when it was still around. And
Yeah.
man, I learned after 2 or 3 times to never accept a pickup from Popeyes. Especially
Really?
that one down the street. I could pick up other ones, like if I was downtown and I got one for the Popeyes downtown, that one's fine. But the one down the street from me always had a line around the block for the drive-thru. Like there was like 6 or 7 cars in the fucking line every time I went, and I sat in that line for like half hour, 40 minutes. And one time they had given my food away.
Oh,
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, somebody already picked up that order." I was like, "Well, fuck, that was a waste of my fucking time." It is delicious, though. I do love Popeyes.
I fucking love Popeyes, dude. You get the tender box, you get the Cajun fries on there. They got the biscuit that comes with it. Fuck, I go for some Popeyes right now.
Me too, man. You make it. This sound like, yeah, it sounds like we're giving out a commercial for Popeyes. So I guess that's a good enough way to end the bread section because we're about at time. Popeyes, hell yeah. That's the official.
Popeyes, hell yeah, fuck yeah.
The official Hoosier Brother the official Hoosier Brother position on Popeyes. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we've got the bread, so that moves us on to the circuses. All right. Welcome to the entertainment portion of our show, the circuses. Evan, what have we got?
Well, I've only got a little bit for this one, but I still think it's kind of funny. IGN, famous video game / entertainment kind of review, like network sort of dealio.
Right, yeah.
Has very slowly been losing credibility over the years. Just like, in general, for various reasons, whether it's, a questionable review here and there, or whatever, it might be, but they've slowly kind of been falling out of favor in the public eye.
Right.
And now is generally no different, as they've found themselves in a little bit of, I don't want to say hot water, but people are kind of starting to call them out and proceed to meme on them once again because they have given the Invincible Season 3 finale a 4 out of 10, an astronomically low score on IGN's sort of like scale,
Damn. Yeah, no, that's a pretty bad fucking score. Apparently they were not impressed with Invincible.
And it's funny because pretty much everywhere else you go, anyone else you hear talking about it is like, yeah, the finale's like the best part of this season. The season itself is a little weak, but like the finale is what like absolutely carried it. And I think it is just a little bit funny to me how like, disconnected IGN seems to be from the public opinion. And it always leads me to wonder like, what is your review process, IGN? What goes into your decision making / reviewing, like mindset, I guess, because seriously, you guys have fallen really heavily out of favor. People are very much not about IGN these days.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I look up an IGN score, I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? Because, when I look up movies or whatever, it'll give you various scores, and sometimes it gives me that one. I'm like, yeah, I see. They probably are out of touch, because they've been doing it so long, they've become insulated in their ways, maybe? I don't know. I guess it depends on how they do it. Do they take a consensus? Do they got one person who's like, all right, Joe here, he's got the best opinion, so he'll be rating all the things.
I don't know. That always kind of it tickles me in a way that few things do. But I digress, and I want to make this like clear up front to everyone at home. I have not watched Invincible. People keep telling me to watch Invincible, and I don't know, man. I think I'm kind of burnt out on shows like that, as it were, wherein I don't want to like sound like I'm disparaging this kind of shit. It's just a matter of like, it's just not for me anymore, man. Because what it is, it's essentially just a shonen anime for people who like don't want to admit they enjoy shonen anime. Sometimes they do, regardless.
Yeah, I watch Invincible. Like I've seen the first 2 seasons. I'm not caught up on the 3rd season, so I can't speak to the season finale. I do think that this season has been a little slow, Not as good as the first two, but it's not bad. But so you think it's a shonen? A shonen jump?
Yeah, it's a Shonen Jump anime. It's just one of those, or if you will, it's essentially like an animated Zack Snyder movie, and I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder, so
He's hit or miss for me.
Yeah, I just don't enjoy like any of his work really. It's I don't know, man. It's too flashy. It's too dumb, I guess, if that's that in a very mean way of saying it. But I don't mean that like derogatory. It's just very mindless to me, and I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah, as a child of the '80s, I love like mindless schlock. Like most of my entertainment growing up was mindless schlock. Like not a lot of thought put to it. It took until I get older where I was like, oh, I guess you can like something that means something, but you can also just like something for like what it is. Like, oh no, this is just action movie. This is blue collar guy saves day from terrorist or whatever. Here is army men blowing things up. Here are fast cars.
Yeah, there you go. Fast Car. The franchise,
Fast Car, the franchise. Hell yeah.
Oh, and yeah, I will just admit to you folks, that's not always my, my jams, but again, don't let me despair. I'm just some idiot on the internet. Don't let me disparage you from enjoying what you enjoy. If you like Fast Car, the franchise, that's on you. That's okay. Fine. It's not for me.
Yeah. Shit, man. I enjoy the musical stylings of grown men in face paint who assault me with soda pop. Far be it for me to judge anybody for what they enjoy.
Oh, man. So fucking true. But you know what? Hey, you do you. IGN, I don't really trust you as a credible review source anymore. And I have not for a very long time.
I guess that also just speaks to the process of reviewing. Like, you might be able to get a majority consensus, but like, I've not enjoyed movies that, most people enjoy, and I've definitely enjoyed movies that lots of people hate. So, y'all just, I don't know, take the fucking reviews with a grain of salt, whether it's IGN or Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic, whoever it is, Letterboxd. I'm not sure who the standard is these days, because usually there's one where it's like, you can usually trust them, but you know who you can trust about a movie, whether you like it or not? You.
That's true. That's damn right.
All right. You'll know what you like, so you can always find shit in your genre, but you should never be afraid to explore outside your genre.
That's true. It's true. Hey, excellent point.
Hell yeah. And you know what people should explore outside their genre, because I know it's not most people's cup of tea? The Toxic Avenger remake coming out in August.
So, this is another one where I've seen kind of like bits and pieces about this. I know basically nothing about Toxic Avenger. I know like so little.
Mm-hmm. Well, the original Toxic Avenger is a 1984 movie by a cat named Lloyd Kaufman. It was produced by the film studio Troma, which would go on to become famous as the place where you had low budget, like super schlocky movies. Like they were famous for reusing this car crash sequence in almost all of their movies because they're like, well, we paid for it once, so you might as well get the most out of it. And like the storylines are over the top. It was just fucking wild ass shit. But Toxic Avenger is billed as the first superhero from New Jersey. He's a loser janitor named Melvin in the original one who falls in a barrel of toxic waste after getting bullied and turns into the Toxic Avenger. And he goes and he hunts down criminals with his mop while wearing his fucking tutu.
And that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and it's like insanely violent and definitely not PC. Like, they were never afraid to push the envelope with some shit. And I'm sure, like, some shit hasn't, like, aged well, but, like, that wasn't the fucking point. It was, like, to be, like, over the fucking top. I think the Toxic Avenger from 84 is still an awesome fucking movie. The sequels get more and more ridiculous. They made 3 sequels.
They made 3 sequels?
3 sequels. At Troma, they produce a lot of, like, weird-ass fucking movies, like, Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, the Class of Nukem High series. What else did they have? Terror Firmer. That was a really fucking weird one. But either way, I love the original Toxic Avenger. They made a cartoon out of it in the 90s too. It was an
Of course they did.
It was a violent R-rated movie. Like, he's a violent hero. He kills people. He's out there murdering people with his mop and shit. And it's all like over the top and extra bloody. It's amazing. I fucking love it. But, yeah, so, they made a cartoon series out of it in the 90s. Hilarious. The Toxic Crusaders, I think it was called. But, they have a remake coming out. It's been done since 2023. But they couldn't get, after it was done, like the studio that originally owned it was like, yeah, we're not putting this out. What the fuck? And it's got a stellar cast. It stars Peter Dinklage is the new Toxic Avenger. And I'll say in the original, he wasn't a little person, but yeah, I think it'll still be awesome. Peter Dinklage is an amazing actor. Kevin Bacon and Elijah Wood play the villains.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this sounds awesome.
It is. And they've put out, like I said, it was done in 2023, but the studio was like, we're never putting this out. And so for 2 years, like all of us were like, oh, we want this Toxic Avenger remake. Come on. Like we know it's done. It's done. Just give us the fucking movie. So eventually, like they found a studio that was like, yeah, we'll fucking put it out. Let's do this shit. So we've been getting like little clips and shit and trailers and whatnot. And we just got our first look at Peter Dinklage in full fucking Toxie, because that's what they call him for short, Toxie, get up. And it looks awesome. And his mop looks ridiculous. And they have a trailer out where he does his like first scene as the Toxic Avenger. It looks amazing. I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be over the top and ridiculously violent, just like the original. And I am excited. So now we're on our countdown for the Toxic Avenger. We are 158 days away.
Oh, man. Here we are. Well, folks, we're on Toxic Avenger watch then.
Yep. Toxic watch, if you will. But yeah.
Toxic watch. Hell yeah.
The remake, they started working on it in 2010, and it went through like a whole slew of rewrites and shit. At one point, they were going to try to make it PG-13 and make it family-friendly. Schwarzenegger was attached at one point. But then he dropped out to do Terminator Genesis, a terrible, terrible movie.
Oh, Arnold. I don't know why you do it, man.
I don't know. He just keeps going.
That fucking movie sucked.
Yeah, he just keeps going back to that Terminator well. He can't stop.
He should. He really should. In fact, we should stop making Terminator movies altogether.
Yep. I think we've done the Terminator, Arnie. It's good, man. Like, we've done sequels and reboots and new ideas. Yeah, no, we're done here. Goodbye. Thank you.
I just don't understand. What don't you understand? I don't really understand why we need another Terminator movie. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I guess you could say the same thing about, like, Alien movies. Like, they're all basically the same. But, like, if you know what you like, I like people, like we said, like, hey, man, if you enjoy the Terminator movies, but, man, do they just get progressively worse?
They just get worse and worse, man. They never got better.
Well,
they never got better than the first two.
Well,
at no point.
I'll say this, though. I feel like Genesis is the worst of them. So Dark Fate came out after that. And it's not a good movie, but I feel like it's better than Genesis.
You know what? I actually will agree to that. I think Genesis was the worst one.
Yeah. Absolutely fucking awful. I saw that movie for free at a theater. I had gone to, like, some big entertainment center up on the north side. Because my friend had tickets to a free comedy show, and we went there. And then while I was there, they gave us free tickets for their theater that also had dining. So I was like, fuck it, whatever.
Oh, was it Flicks?
I don't know what it was. There was a whole entertainment center. Like they had like a place for bands, they had arcade games, they had a stage for comedy and shit like that. But either way, so when the tickets were about to expire, my roommate and I was like, yo, man, like I got these tickets. You want to go see a movie? He's like, yeah, sure. So Terminator Genesis was like one of the two movies playing. I was like, I guess that one's okay. I think the other one was some rom-com. So yeah, we went and watched it. And I remember just being like, this movie's bad. So fucking bad.
Oh, holy shit, man. Because I remember I watched that with some buddies of mine, because we were doing a riff track for it. Mm-hmm. Just we'll watch it, make fun of it. We'll get a few yucks out of it. I remember we got like halfway through and somebody was like, pause the fucking movie. And we did. And he was like, how much of this fucking movie is left?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much more I have in me. And we were halfway through and he was like, oh my God, how is there this much movie left?
Yeah, they start cranking you up like at 11 from the jump, and it's all just like so much, and it's so convoluted, and it's like, what is fucking happening here? You know what? Don't tell me. You don't have to tell me, but understand this, it sucks.
I think that's sort of the big thing about it, is that like so much is happening, and it's so fucking convoluted that like none of it makes any fucking sense. That's the craziest part.
Yeah, because here's the fun part about that movie. They were certain they were going to get sequels to this movie. This movie was supposed to be a setup for a reboot to Terminator, where they were going to reveal that Skynet, that the version you saw in the movie was actually traveling through dimensions or some shit. Different timelines. Yeah.
I feel like I do remember that, like, fucking, like, the start of that setup. I remember that so clearly, of them trying to be like, no, we're going to do, like, a whole expanded universe kind of thing.
Yeah, because they, like, went forward in time, and things were just fucking weird. It was just ridiculous. That movie sucks. Boo, Genesis.
That movie fucking sucks. If you ever get a chance to see Terminator Genesis, don't.
Yeah. Instead, wait and see the Toxic Avenger remake. Or go watch the original Toxic Avenger. Also awesome.
Oh man. Well, hey folks, this has been our like weird review of Terminator Genesis. Fuck that movie, it sucks ass.
Fuck yeah, it does. All right, well, getting close to time on this one too. So I do have one little bit of circus news that I want to talk about. Our old pal, the Tiger King, Joe Exotic's back in the fucking news.
Yeah. Welcome back, Joe. We missed you.
Always good to hear from you, you crazy son of a bitch, because whenever your name pops up, I know that I am going to have no idea what's about to fucking happen.
Honestly, folks, if you think you know what's coming next, I promise you don't.
Yeah, fucking Joe Exotic. You may remember that when Trump was leaving office last time, he started handing out pardons like they were going out of style. And Joe Exotic threw his hat in the ring. He was like, hey, man, how about you give me a pardon, too? And he didn't get one. Yeah, he's still in prison. But he has a new boyfriend in prison, and he's asking for a pardon again for him and his boyfriend so that they can both just run off to Mexico together. Because apparently Joe Exotic's boyfriend, or he might be husband, is an illegal immigrant, and so Joe has promised that they will both abscond to Mexico and be out of their hair forever. So good luck, Joe. I don't think you're getting the pardon, but who knows, man? It's really wild these days with this administration. You fucking shoot your shot.
Terrific.
Yeah. So.
Oh man. That one did brighten my day a little bit. My brother mentioned that one to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's just fantastic. That's just the bee's knees, folks."
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome back, Joe. I'm sure we'll hear from you again in a couple years when you try to murder somebody again or get into wild bird sanctuaries or some shit. I don't know. You're gonna get into some nonsense involving meth and speedboats maybe this time. Who fucking knows, man?
Who can say for certain?
Right.
But you know what? I missed seeing your weird shit, Joe. I really did.
God, that fucking show. What? I feel like that show kind of helps encapsulate what a wild ride 2020 was.
No, honestly. It gave us so many great memes, too.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
And here's the thing. I need everyone to, again, before we're going on a little bit, but I need everyone to know, I did not know what that meme, was officially from until I think it was my brother of all people who explained to me, yeah, that was when somebody got, mauled by a tiger or some shit.
Lost a fucking arm. And
Lost an arm.
And what was Joe's concern? I'm never
gonna financially recover from this.
Good on you, Joe.
Oh my God.
Yeah. For what it's worth, though, that motherfucker with one arm kept working. Came back to work after they were better. Okay, I guess you love the animals or something. That show was wild, man. The most normal motherfucker was some sort of fucking cartel hitman, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome to the max.
Yeah, everybody else was like, you are fucking oddball as shit. But the cartel hitman was just like, yeah, man, it was just work. You just do it. Whatever. Now I'm just trying to live my life out here. And if anybody comes to fuck with me, I'll fucking kill him. But I just want to be left alone. That's how weird every person in that fucking show is. But yeah, good luck to you, Joe.
Good luck to you and to your boyfriend.
Or not, you're kind of trash.
You are kind of trash, yes, this is true.
Yeah, so you're not getting the fucking pardon. Or maybe you are. I guess we'll keep an eye out. Who knows? Because anything could happen in our current administration, as we're about to find out as we roll on to the next section, the revolting. Whether it is or isn't. Yep. The not revolting. The some sort of revolting. Yeah, this section, everything about this is revolting.
You know what? Hey, fucking fair enough. That is true. That is the honest to God truth.
Yeah, I think we'll just call it the bread, the circuses, and the revolt.
You know what? That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I like it.
Fuck yeah, we've got it, guys. We streamlined it. Welcome to the revolt. Today in revolting news, should we start off with the good news or should we start off with the shit show?
Oh man, always a tough decision. What do you think? You know what? I'll leave it to you. What's your opinion?
Let's start off with the shit show so we can kind of leave on a good note. We'll end it on a better note.
I'm into it. I'm into it. All right. Well, if we're starting with the shit show, there's no more Department of Education. Department of Education is gone now.
Yeah. Well, he signed an executive order to eliminate the Department of Education. Some people have claimed they're going to fight it, but yeah.
Well, regardless, that executive order has, been signed. So as far as President Trump is concerned, look, motherfucker, he renamed the Gulf of Mexico with like no approval. So I think he's just decided that he can do shit, and I think the Republican Party has said, yeah, we're just gonna let you do shit.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we're actually to a point where judges have said, hey, you've got to do this, and he's like, bitch, make me.
Basically.
Yeah, no, that's where we're at in our democracy, guys. The checks and balances have tried to check, but he will not be checked. He's like, we're going to go off balance. So there we go, guys. Yeah, he signed an executive order to dismantle the DOE, and Linda McMahon, who is the head of that, is eager to do so. So that's fun. A lot of fun. It's not like it does anything, right? That's just a waste of money, right? It doesn't do anything, does it, Evan?
Not to my knowledge. Why? I've never heard of the Department of Education doing a goddamn thing in all my years.
Right? It doesn't give grants and loans and help fund rural schools or make sure kids can fucking eat. Jesus fucking H Christ.
Bunch of useless bastards, all they are. That's all they are. Cut them. Cut them out.
Yeah, you know who should take care of this? We should let the private sector do those charter schools. Those are going great, right? There's never been any problems with that. No accusations
None whatsoever.
Yeah, no accusations of like mishandling education or funds.
No. Not here. Not in my good Christian school.
Oh, good God, no. Fuck. Man, yeah, no. So they want to shift everything to the states' rights as is. But yeah, it's just going to fuck up a lot of payment systems that we have in place to help out kids get education. Fun times.
Remember, folks, education is a right, and we can take that away from you whenever we damn well please because your rights aren't real.
Right. So they're trying to do away with the Department of Education, and I guess on some level they'll just fucking do it. Like, they're just gonna...
They'll just do it.
Yeah. They'll just stop listening to judges. It'll just go away. And like I said, funding for a lot of helpful programs, grants, and like I said, rural communities and school lunches are just about to go away.
Well, that's cool. That's a neat thing that's happened.
Very cool, very cool. Definitely what I wanted from my government.
What else we got? I'm sure there's more things. Fucking Trump is endorsing Tesla now, so that's cool. Just fully like, yep, Tesla's great. Buy Tesla. I'm buying a Tesla. They don't have a history of exploding. It's good.
Right? Everything is fine. Don't worry about the Teslas. Yeah, so in some of the good news, we'll kind of do a little bit here. Tesla stock has been plunging a lot since the inauguration and a certain salute.
Straight up just nosediving.
Yeah, the European sales are tanking. They're just like all against it. But Trump's here to help his buddy. We'll talk a little more about Tesla suffering later. But Trump's here to help his buddy. And a week ago or so, maybe about almost 2 weeks, week and a half, whatever. Trump and Elon Musk appeared on the front lawn of the White House with a bunch of Teslas doing a fucking infomercial.
Oh man, when you put it like that, it sounds weird and corporate and evil. But yeah, that's about what it was. It was an infomercial.
Right, yeah. And it's not like... hold on, let me check. Are there laws against government officials using their power to make profit? Oh, shit, there are. And Elon's a government employee. Trump's a government employee. But yeah, the corruption is blatant and out in the open. There was one funny line from it, though, that we got. I'm going to play a clip here. Trump said he's going to buy a Tesla to help out his buddy Elon, and you should all buy Teslas, too. So he jumped in the car, and he's looking at it, and he's looking at the dashboard, and here's what he had to say about it.
This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer.
Everything's computer. Wow.
Everything's computer.
Mm-hmm. Trump is very impressed by computers. His son Barron can turn on a computer like 5 minutes after Donald's turned it off, and he's like, "What?"
Oh man, it's like a fucking superpower or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. So they had this stupid fucking infomercial on the front lawn of the White House because that's where we're at. The fucking president's just a shill for the car guy.
Oh man. Yeah, so that's, it's so neat, isn't it, folks? How, it's just one big infomercial after another. Isn't that just a fun thing that's happening?
Yeah, it's just scam after scam, fucking bullshit after bullshit. We also had a budget vote came up, and the Senate could have kept it from happening. The Republicans did not have enough votes to pass it. And the thing is, if it didn't get passed, it was going to shut down the government. And originally, there was a touch of spine shown by the Democrats, like, yeah, we're going to fight the Republicans on this because the budget's, not something we agree with, and we don't want to fund, Trump's plans to basically defund the government and destroy government jobs, and yada, yada, yada. But then the Republicans started spouting that if the government got shut down, it was all the Democrats' fault. In particular, Chuck Schumer. They were calling it Schumer's shutdown. And man, did he fucking cave. Like a house of fucking cards, that dude just collapsed at the first bit of pressure.
Just fucking buckled under.
Mm-hmm. Could have put up a fight. Could have tried to get some shit done, to stop the progression of this crazy fucking president and his ridiculous plans. But no. He rallied enough support from other Democrats, a bunch of fucking cowards, who fucking signed it, and they were like, we don't want to shut down. That'll hurt the government workers. Like, yo, so will letting Elon just go through and fucking fire them. Like, this is all hurtful. But in some good news about that, people have been shitty at Schumer about it. There's even been some talk of him resigning. Like, yo, man, that guy should step down as, like, leader. But he's not having it. And he's like, no, I'm still the leader. Like, you suck, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chuck. You bent the knee, man. It's too late. We all see you as a Republican shill now, so you got that reputation going for you. That's fun for you.
Yeah. Oh, he had to cancel it. He wrote a book, and he had to cancel the tour because people were planning to protest him. Like, what an asshole. And I guess there was a thing in his book that revealed that he thought that if Trump lost, that the Republicans would kick him out and things would go back to normal, and that was his hope. That motherfucker's delusional, because he thinks that shit's gonna go back to the way it was. He is not accepting the fact that time's gone.
Yeah, that's long gone, buddy. We're well past that point, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we're to the point of him openly defying the orders of the judges. Like, this is it, my guy. Like, You think shit's gonna go back to the way it was? Like, oh, we'll be able to compromise. Like, nah, man. You don't compromise with these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers keep pushing you right, and that's always the Democrats' idea too. Like, maybe we just need to court some more Republicans.
No, you don't.
No,
you don't. I promise you.
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah,
I mean that's the thing, isn't it? Is that they don't want compromise, they want control. That's like the name of the game here.
Yeah, absolutely. They are consolidating. They are not looking to like work with you anymore. They're working on them never having to worry about not being in power again.
So yeah, that's again, folks. That's where we're at. You can try to play it off a little bit, but they're dead inside. Mm-hmm. They're dead.
Mm-hmm. All right. In other bad news, a protester at Colombia, Mahmoud Khalil, was abducted by the government, and they said they're revoking his citizenship. They said, I think at first they were revoking his visa, and then they're like, he's got a green card. He's a citizen. They're like, we're revoking that too. Just because he helped organize pro-Palestine demonstrations at Columbia University. So, yeah, they're just saying that they can kidnap citizens now and say, well, you're not citizens now, and we can put you wherever we want.
Yeah, so, that's neat. That's a neat thing that can happen now.
Yeah, no, they can just kidnap you off the streets. They might send you to El Salvador. They might say you're a gang member. So you might go to some El Salvadorian prison, or maybe some overcrowded facility in Florida where they have to ration the water to 1 cup a day per person.
And I'm like, look, I haven't read the Geneva Convention, but, these sound like things that might violate it.
Yeah. They've decided who's actually human and who's not. And so they know, like, who they can treat like shit. That's been part of their whole dehumanization plan from the get-go, because now we can just ship these people off. And it's like, well, they're not really people, they're criminals.
It's true. And I mean, like, let's not fucking sit here and pretend like this is anything new from the government. They've done this shit for, ages at this point. So
Yeah, this isn't new. They have been disappearing people for a long time. Both fucking sides, too. This is not like a uniquely conservative problem. The Democrats are trash, all right? They're fucking trash. They take up all the space for fucking opposition and then do fuck all.
It's true. They do that.
Mm-hmm. And all their solution always is maybe if we go a little more to the right.
Maybe if we just lean a little more to the right, that'll fix things.
Yeah, they've been doing that since the 80s.
It's true.
Yeah.
True facts.
Yeah, they're the old school Republicans now, and the Republicans are just a far right party.
Also true. And that's the thing, isn't it? Is that, like, we've mentioned this before, but, like, the Democrats at one point, it feels like such a fucking weird thing, because I'll go back even further than that. The Republican Party used to stand on the grounds of representing, blue-collar American workers. That was their whole kind of, like, stance. And yeah, there was probably some inbuilt racism in there, but for the most part...
Always has been.
Always has been. That's not party exclusive. But, like, they always stood on the idea of, like, supporting and representing blue-collar workers, like, your factory workers, like, anyone who does, like, a middle-class job. That was their stance. Now it feels like all they do is represent, the upper 0.1% of people by shilling out to corpos and, fucking tech bros, these lame-ass dickheads. And at one point, when that happened, then the Democrats kind of stepped in and it's like, oh, well, we're representing, the working class person.
Right.
But now it's like, now you're not even doing that. You're not even doing the thing. You don't stand on a policy anymore. The Democratic Party now stands on the policy of, well, we're not the Republicans, know?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, well, the Citizens United ruling, which overturned the rules on limits on donating to elections, really opened the floodgates for, dark money to flow into all these elections. And the Democrats they were already beholden to corporations, because every politician is, but now they just even more so are. Like, they don't stand for shit anymore. Like, they literally have records that show that after Citizens United, their voting record, like, switched. Like, they used to be, vote in favor of, working class people. You could see, like, working class people wanted this, so Democrats tried to get it done. But after Citizens United, it was like, working class people wanted this, but corporations want this, so Democrats did the corporation thing, while being like, the poor working class. But that's everybody now. Like, most everybody is just for the oligarchs.
No, honestly. And I don't know, man. Like, I try to, I try to keep as much of an open mind as possible. I try to be, I try to be a tolerant individual. I really do. But goddamn, you fucking people just push my goddamn buttons every single day on both ends of this political spectrum, because at the end of all of it, it does not feel like anyone is looking out for a working class individual, for somebody, doing a basic job, pushing a 9-to-5, even pushing it part-time, It just feels like all you're doing is focusing on, well, how can we make as much money and retain as much money as possible?
Absolutely. Yeah, there is one glimmer of hope, it seems. There is one pair who's out there trying to rally the working class and a fighting oligarchy tour, and that's Bernie and AOC.
Well, Godspeed to them, frankly.
Yeah. They're out there they're holding events that are gathering thousands of people, I think 15,000 people at one point, but to talk about trying to organize to fight the oligarchy. That's, what Bernie's been talking about. He's like, this is an oligarchy that's in charge and we need to fight against it. There have been instances where like both Bernie and AOC have been like, come on guys, like you're not really putting up for the cause. But as far as elected officials go, they're some of our best options, which isn't saying much. But like I said, they're rallying support, and that's good to see at least. That people are interested in hearing the message of stopping these rich fuckers from taking over the government. Like, I mean, they've already taken it over, but like taking it back from them, So there's Bernie and AOC trying, I guess, but we need more. We need more voices for the regular people. There was also a letter that was signed by 14 members of the House of Representatives that demanded that Mahmoud Khalil be released immediately, all that type of shit, and being like, this is bullshit. Like, he's just protesting. You can't arrest him for that. So 14 members signed it, including Andre Carson from Indiana. So good on you, Andre.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Hooray, Indiana representation. We love to see it.
Yeah. But like I said, this is like doing the bare minimum, like we've got to do the most, but it's tough. When you've got Chuck Schumer not doing fuck all.
No, for real though.
Yeah. In other good news, like we said earlier, Tesla stock's going down. People are just pissed at Tesla.
It's true. I think there's actually I thought I saw this. There's like some kind of road ban on them, like on the Cybertruck in particular, like in certain European countries because it violates road safety standards.
I would not be surprised. It just had, I believe, its 8th recall because it turns out the glue is bad.
Yeah, no. There's another one. That's kind of funny. Somebody made a meme that was like, there's a scene in Matilda, the movie, starring, oh God, why did I lose his name now all of a sudden?
Danny
DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman. Where the Danny DeVito's character is like a mechanic or some shit. He's a used car salesman. Mm-hmm. And he's got like you're supposed to repair these things with welding, but that takes time and money. We don't have that. So instead, we just use super glue. Is that safe? Not my problem.
Yeah, no, that's about how the Teslas get made too, because apparently people have just been peeling off the siding. It's just been flying off while they're driving. Good times. A well-made fucking vehicle there, Elon.
Oh, this is the future of transportation. I don't think it is. I really don't.
It is not. It was only the future of internet comedy, because, man, that is a shitty fucking vehicle.
It looks terrible. Like, okay, fucking functionality notwithstanding. All right, let's fucking put functionality out of our minds for a second here. It's hard, I know, because the thing doesn't fucking work. But God, it just looks hideous. It just looks terrible.
Just awful.
Like, what douchebag looks at that and goes, yeah, I'd buy that. Looks good to me.
Another meme I've seen about cars that I feel like fits that is people have taken the Simpsons meme where Homer designs the car, hilariously enough, with Danny DeVito again.
Oh my God, I remember that. Yeah.
With his brother Herb. And it's awful, but all the people just had to make it, because he was like, yeah, just do whatever he says. It was a hideously fucking ugly car that nobody would want. And that's basically the same thing that happened. Like, people had this car, they're like, I guess we just say yes to him because he's the boss.
Oh my God, man! I'm like, wow, and God, I mentioned this a little bit ago in one of our previous episodes, but it was like, I kind of figured at some point the world would be taken over by corpo millionaires / billionaires. I just didn't think they'd all be such fucking losers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, God damn, man. I'm out here seeing fucking Mark Zuckerberg, try to stay like, oh, we need more masculine energy. And I'm like, motherfucker, have you looked in a mirror recently?
It's the hair, man. He's so masculine now with his poofy curly hair. He got rid of his Roman Emperor haircut.
Like, buddy, you look like a high schooler who wears like a gold chain and too much Axe body spray.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he smells like Axe. But yeah, he's definitely trying to recapture it. Like, nah, I'm still cool. Like, nah, man, you suck.
You suck ass now.
I feel like he's filled the flop of the metaverse really hard.
He hasn't really recovered from that just fucking tanking.
Right? He renamed his whole company. Every time somebody mentions that his company's called Meta, he's got to remember that he had this idea. He's like, this is gonna revolutionize things. And it's like, nah, this sucks.
Nope, it's bad. Hey, fun fact, bad.
Terrible. You could own virtual property next to Snoop Dogg. Or, hear me out, no.
No. Have you considered that that's a really stupid and terrible idea? Did you even consider that that's a stupid and terrible idea? Did that even cross your mind, Mark?
Yeah, no, it always does, but they always think they're going to sell this digital shit for money. The crypto, the land, the real estate, I guess, and the art. Like, no, NFTs, crypto, the metaverse. We're just going to sell you this digital thing. Because I feel like that's part of their end goal, is like, we need to sell them a product that, doesn't actually exist, so we don't have to actually produce it.
I mean, that's what it feels like, We'll just sell you this digital good, and you'll have a little certificate that says you own it.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I do the microtransactions on games sometimes. Like, I spent $4 so I could have this skin on the game. So, yeah, that's just the goal. They're just trying to do it bigger and bigger.
Well, that's the thing. Here's the thing. I used to buy a shitload of microtransactions, but the big distinguishing thing for me is that I was 15 and didn't understand the value of money. Mm-hmm. Now I think about buying any microtransaction in a game, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? No, I'm not doing that. That's a digital good that will serve me no function, Like
I said, the only time I would do that is once a year, my Simpsons game, RIP, my favorite fucking phone game of all fucking time. On Black Friday, they did a sale. They'd be like, hey, man, for $50, we'll give you just a fuck ton of shit. And I was like, yep. Every year I splurge that one time. Like, I will spend this $50 and I will expand my town and it will be great. And I was always happy. Like, oh, yeah, I got these characters and I added this to this section. I love that game. So, yeah, that was the one time I splurged on stuff. But at that point, I had the money to splurge. So, whatever.
Yeah, and you know what? Hey, at that, let me make it clear. Folks at home, it is your money. You do whatever the hell you want with it. And you know what? If you're doing shit like that once a year where it's like, yeah, it's a Black Friday sale, I'm not going to hamstring you for that. I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, I'll look at that and go, fucking whatever. What I'm talking about is the people who are like, I bought virtual property in the metaverse, or I spent $10,000 on Genshin Impact to get this one anime character. And I'm like, why?
Or anybody who spends money on NFTs.
Anyone, look, okay, no, this is the one thing. I will fucking take a stance on this one. If you actively spent money on NFTs thinking it was going to be the future, you're a fucking moron. You're a fucking dipshit. I will not fucking, I'm not going to just let that one slide. That is my one where I'm like, no, you're an idiot. You're a fucking moron. You deserve to get scammed. Your ass got scammed by that shit.
Yeah. Buy this picture, which you don't actually own. Buy a picture on the internet that I can right-click and save. Like, yeah, but you don't really own it then. I'm like, feels like I own it. More than what you're offering.
It's on my computer. I have a picture of it saved on my computer.
Mm-hmm. Ridiculous. Money is stupid.
Money is make-believe. It's all fairy tale shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we did it, Evan.
I think we did do it.
Mm-hmm. We've done it, y'all. We made it to the end of another episode. And as we've done for Season 3 now, we are going to continue in the tradition of Moon Pie Town, formerly Florida. We're going to rename something. This time, we've decided to have a central focus, though. Last week, we talked about, they announced the name of the new generation. We have Gen Alpha is all kids now, and then following them is Gen Beta.
Which is a terrible, terrible name.
Just fucking awful. Yeah. So, we've decided, we said it last time, that they need a new name. And you know what? We here at Who's Your Brother are here to help. So here we are with a few new names for Generation Beta. I'll start us off. I think maybe with the climate of the world and how it looks like the climate of the climate's going, that maybe we should just change their name to Generation Nightmare. Go really edgy and alternative with it from the jump. Let's give them a theme.
Like real fucking esoteric. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, just from the jump. I feel like shit's gonna go bad for him, so let's just let him know. Like, your generation nightmare. Like, this is gonna be the worst for you. Sorry. I tried.
Generation nightmare. I don't know. We tried.
Yeah. Evan, what you got?
Oh man. Let's see. Gosh, What is some of the? You know what? Let's just skip beta. What's the next Greek letter? You know,
is it gamma?
Let's see.
I think gamma.
Greek alphabet.
I think it's gamma, isn't it?
Is it gamma? Well, you know what? There we go. Generation gamma.
Oh, you know what? Don't the kids call everything sigma nowadays?
Yes, but that's a terrible meme that I think is stupid. So I'm going to veto that one off the bat.
Generation gamma, the GGs.
Generation gamma. Or you know what? GG's pretty good. Good game, you know? Or you know what? How about Generation Delta? That sounds pretty good. That's not bad.
I don't know. That feels like maybe that's the special perks to the airline. Have you joined Generation Delta yet?
You know what? That one's fair. I didn't think about.
Get twice as many Sky Miles.
You get twice as many Sky Miles if you're in Generation Delta. Mm-hmm. It's a new deal we're running.
Wonderful. Okay. Last time, I had said that maybe they should just take the name The Greatest Generation because they're all fucking dead anyway. So maybe you're the new Greatest Generation. And I thought to myself, no. Let's not take their name. What if you're just a sequel to it? So I present to you The Greatest Generation 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You know what? Damn, I'm on board with that. That's pretty good. I like that.
Hell yeah. I've got one more. Did you have any others?
No. Please, if you've got one, let it rip.
All right. I don't know if it's as good as Electric Boogaloo, but in the vein of doing the sequel name with Greatest Generation, perhaps we go Too Great, Two Generation.
You know what? I'm on board for it. I like it. I think it's good.
Hell yeah. Well, there you go, Gen Beta. We've helped you.
Two generation.
Too Great, Two Generation. Fuck yeah, man. Because, cars go fast.
Oh, go fast. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. You know what? No. Pack it in, folks. That's where we're going with that one now. I think we have to go with that one now.
All right. Congratulations to Too Great, Two Generation on your rebranding.
We hope you enjoy. We here at Who's Your Brother have helped you rebrand. No need to thank us.
Yeah, no. This is absolutely free of charge. You're welcome.
This was a community service. You're welcome.
Hell yeah. Well, that's going to do it for us. I want to thank you all for tuning in, for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell those people in the fast cars, they like to stop at the stoplights and rev the engines like they're gonna race you. So just roll down your window, get them to roll down theirs, and when they're like, "You want to race?" Be like, "You want to listen to Who's Your Brother?" What? And then yeah. So tell them that's cool. That's cool.
And then again, make sure you're not actually engaging in the drag race because you are in a Prius and you will not win.
Or if losing's what you want to do, then have at it. Yeah, don't let us tell you how to drive your car. Just, be safe. Don't commit crime.
Of course not. We can't endorse that. It's not like I end our show by saying that or anything.
Right, yeah.
Who would do something that ridiculous?
It's not let. Crime is very cool. All right, anyway.
The cool crime of stealing.
Fuck yeah. Don't forget to keep bringing the chaos, support the unions, except for cops, free Palestine.
Hey, again, not like anyone would do something crazy like this, but hey, be gay, do crimes.